it tomorrow, buddy. I'm going to will it to happen. Tomorrow.
Danny will it?
It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow. Temperature is going to start to get back to where they should be. I'm going to put on long sleeves tomorrow. And then I'm not going to do it again until the spring. I'm not going to put on short sleeves until the spring. I'm going to will the temperatures down.
Oh, you're going long sleeves
I'm going
tomorrow.
Long sleeves, and then that's it.
You're staying.
I'm sticking.
Read my lips. We're staying.
I'm telling Mother Nature, I call your bluff.
No.
I'm putting the long sleeves on.
This could be bad.
She's going to bow down to my will and say, "Fine, do it your way." And that's the cold weather. That's her.
Your wife is now Mother Nature?
That's right. They annoy me both.
This is going to be a bad idea for you. You're going to be so hot and sweaty and sticky.
No.
You're putting the long sleeves on. I'm already looking right here. We're going down to the 60s, which is good. Oh, my God. You're from the 60s. So it'll be 66 and 65 Wednesday, Thursday, but we're going right back up to the 70s. By Monday, it's going to be like 74 again.
I'm going to will it.
You're not afraid that we're going to hit 80 again? We're going to have Christmas in the 80s. You watch it.
I'm not afraid.
You watch. It's going to suck.
Buckeyes beat Minnesota 42-3. Hey, Ryan Day passes Knute Rockne or
you a K-Newt or a Newt?
Knute Rockne for the best head coach winning percentage in history. 75 wins in 85 games. He is at 88.2%. Ryan Day made a little joke that he should retire and be the all-time leader. No, don't do that because you still have things to do, including
call it quits.
Beat Michigan, who are part of the reason why he didn't win all 85 of those games.
How do you, before we get onto the game, though, when you hear the numbers like that, I mean, we talk about him all the time, winning the national championship was something that he had to do last year to be in this spot where we're okay with things or sort of okay with things with a 4-game losing streak to our rival, whether they've been better than they normally were or whether they were cheating or not. It doesn't really matter. But to have that kind of history on his side when we were teetering and we were on the edge of not knowing where to go with Coach Day, but to have all of those other wins in all the games that you have to win.
No, it's great.
And one thing has been the issue.
It's great. And I think that, we change the narrative now that you win the national championship. That changes the conversation. For example, look, the game is a little bit different now. All right? That's just like saying, oh, so-and-so's got more passing yards than whatever quarterback from the 70s you want to throw out there. Yeah, it's just a different game.
We talked about Julian Sain's completion percentage, too.
Right.
There are going to be higher completion percentages.
It's a different game. The offenses are different. James Franklin is the all-time leader in winning percentage at Penn State. You think the Penn State fans are talking about that today?
I don't think so.
No. They're not talking about that today, and they shouldn't talk about that today because in the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What matters is that Ryan Day stared into the abyss last year. He was sitting right across from us in that chair right there. I looked right in his face, and I told him when he came in here, I didn't think he could do it. After that Michigan game, he seemed lost. I didn't think he could do it. He proved everybody wrong, and that's why we're talking about Ryan Day. This little 88.2%, that's nice. That's a nice little feather in your cap.
It's really nice.
It's a nice little feather in your cap, but honestly, we look at Ryan Day now as a champion. That's the difference.
I think where you're going with that is you could see when the transition was made from Urban Meyer to Ryan Day that there wasn't going to be some massive drop-off. We believed in Day enough, in his background, and some of the things that he had learned from Chip Kelly as an offensive mind, and then watching how Urban Meyer ran a college program.
Chip may be available to you, by the way.
Yeah.
For like a coaching intern, because I don't think he's long for the Raiders.
But we don't need Chip anymore. You could use him as an analyst. That would be it.
Well,
but
he can help out.
He can help, yeah.
He can get Brian Hartline's coffee and maybe have a few play suggestions.
Have a couple of ideas. He could call Tom Brady and see if Tom Brady wants to help. So we can get all sorts of help.
Either call him more or less. I don't know, man.
Maybe that's the problem.
Because it's not working for you.
Brady, I think you were a great player. You had a lot of office visits with Belichick throughout your years, but I don't know. Something is up right there. But Day taking this job, the way that Ohio State football was humming along, you're right. There's so many built-in wins because of the talent that you have and the way that you recruit. But it's a big deal to actually have so many of the other wins that you bring up a guy like James Franklin, and there are coaches out there that just cannot win some of these games. We know we have an issue. We absolutely know we're under 500 against the rivalry, and no matter what they do with college football, that still matters a lot to us. But in all the other big-time games,
you're exactly
that
right.
win-loss percentage is unbelievable.
That's right.
And it's a big deal.
75 wins in 85 games.
Whew.
Just regular season,
75 and 10. That's his overall record.
Are we factoring in
that's his
bowl
overall
games
record.
and postseason?
He's 75 and 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Buckeyes beat Minnesota 42-3. We'll nitpick at this because that's what we do, but let's start with this. So Minnesota goes down the field. What was the first drive? 66 yards?
Yeah, something like that.
They go down the field. They
gobbled up half the first quarter was gobbled up.
I'm watching the game with my daughter, and she says, "Daddy, I'm nervous." I said, "Don't be nervous. It's fine. I'm not concerned at all." I've gotten to this point now with this defense. I am not concerned at all. One of my issues a couple years ago with this team is I thought they were unwilling or unable, pick which one you think, to make necessary adjustments during the game. They'd go in with their plan, and they'd stick with their plan until they fell off the cliff, if that happened. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not worried about this defense's ability to change things up. I'm not worried about the offense's ability to find their footing and change things up mid-game. And I have faith that whoever is playing offense against this defense is eventually going to screw up, right? Because this is a championship-level defense. I can't stress that enough to you. We look at last year's defense, and from a statistical standpoint, giving up yards, last year was better. But I'm telling you right now.
Well, at the end product, give it a chance. They gave up 162 yards in a Big Ten game here.
66 were on the first damn drive.
Right. They gave up 100 yards for the rest of the game.
Defense that you're looking at right now is better than last year.
Yes.
Is better than last year.
I agree.
And you can say that's Matt Patricia. You can say that's guys playing above their skis because we thought this defensive line was going to have problems, and they're not. We have the best linebackers in the country. We got the best player in the country in Caleb Downs. All those things can be true. I'm telling you right now, this is a championship-level defense. This defense is better than last year's defense.
It is. Everything that you just said right there. And here's another thing, too, to think about. The defense... I wonder if you asked them and got some honest opinions, if there was some frustration for not generating a couple more turnovers. And I'm not making a thing out of that. Trust me, I'm not. That's not my point. I'm not trying to make a thing of it. It's more of a credit to them.
They hold themselves to such a high standard, is what you're saying.
I'm saying that, and I'm saying it's more impressive to me that they are having games like this when they have not been able to get a tipped ball and come down with an interception or generate a couple of extra fumbles. It's honestly weird that they haven't because they're so good. But think about that. They're holding these teams down, and they're winning these games like this. They didn't have one against Washington, right? They obviously didn't have one against Minnesota. I'm trying to go back 2 games.
I don't
They didn't have a turnover against Washington, right?
I don't think so.
2 straight games and 2 pretty. I don't want to call Minnesota a big Big Ten game. I looked at that Washington road game as a big game, traveling all the way across the country. No. I mean Ohio State's defense.
They didn't take the ball away.
Gaining turnovers.
Okay, sorry.
The defense creating turnovers, which goes to my point of saying they're doing such a great job keeping these teams held down, keeping them from scoring points, and they haven't been able to get that forced fumble or land on a fumble and recover one or get that interception. It's wildly impressive. And Patricia, he understands this. I feel good about not being critical of that hire when it happened. More so inviting it because look how well it worked when you used an NFL guy in Chip Kelly and some of those philosophies it brought to the offense in the run scheme. And then look what Matt Patricia is doing. You said it, the ability to just adjust, to take what happens on that first drive and to shut everything else down.
And that's not to say every NFL guy would come in here and have success. There were NFL guys who applied for this job who weren't Matt Patricia. Ryan Day found the right fit.
Yep.
And look, the beauty part about this, too, is that they're stopping all different sorts of offenses. Scrambling quarterback guy, stop him.
Sit in the pocket guy.
Sit in the pocket guy, stop him. Running game offense, stop him. And the key there is that on third down, they're getting off the field. You had another situation where Minnesota was 1 for 11 on third down.
You're going to win.
1 for 11.
You're going to win every single time. You're going to win every single game if your defense is keeping teams to 10% on third down. And the players that they have, it's insane. You mentioned Caleb Downs, the best in the business right now. Sonny and Arvell Reese, the things that Matt Patricia is able to do with a guy like Arvell Reese and how he can dial him up for some different blitz pressures. Maybe they got 3 down linemen and that confuses the quarterback and you're bringing Arvell Reese in from a different spot. He might look like he's going to rush from the edge, but then he doesn't. Then he has an inside rush. It's things like that they can do. I also think Lorenzo Styles, shout out to him. He plays really good football. He's having a nice season and an interesting journey for him. Or maybe we didn't think he'd be the player that he is, switching sides, coming from Notre Dame, and he looks really good, a very willing hitter out there.
Now you got the number 1 team in the country. I think you have the best defense in the country. There are some Buckeye fans that are a little bit nervous, though, and I'm going to tell you why 2 minutes from now. Common Man and